How's it going? Where do you start when it comes to drawing? Where do you start? And I'm talking about from bare, basic beginning because a lot of videos that even I put up, a lot of people kind of assume that you already have an okay idea of how to draw, and they don't really go over where do you start if you've never drawn in your whole life. And that might not be most people. It might be some people, but where do you start and where do you go? And what I'm gonna do in this video is I'm gonna go through every step of it, kind of how the learning process is, and I want to talk to you about it and kind of where I think you should start if you are coming from that background. So let's go over it really quick. I'm just gonna doodle a little bit, so you're not watching me just kind of do nothing. I mean, so just kind of entertainment while I'm talking. So first thing is, the very first thing you need to hone would be your dexterity. Dexterity is basically what control you have over your pencil, your utensil, pencil or pen. And that dexterity is going to carry through your entire, let's say, drawing career, whether it be a hobby or whether it be a career in the future. But that drawing, that ability, your ability to actually use the tool is going to be the base of it. And that's something that a lot of people don't go over, and it's very troubling. Sometimes it's something that people just have to pick up along the way. But if you get that out of the way really early, it'll give you some confidence to kind of learn, later on. You can actually maneuver the pen the way you want. And so from there, when you have the dexterity for what you want to do, you will... but I'll tell you actual applicable things you can do. But for now, let me just kind of go through kind of what's going to happen and how people usually learn. From there, when you have a good base, you have a good solid base of knowing how to kind of control your pencil, control whatever, you will learn the things that you need to learn. So for example, if you're learning a head drawing, you will learn kind of the structure of the head, how to construct it, the anatomy. You don't have to learn all the anatomy for the face, but it'd be a good idea if you're doing, like, I'm just thinking of only portraits right now. If you were going toward animal drawings, you would learn the same stuff. I mean, you'd learn the same way, but a different, subject. I'm just going to talk about it as if you're learning a portrait. And then you would kind of learn about shading, like how to shade, different types of shading. And then from there, you're going to learn about face types. You're going to copy face types. And after you learn structure, meaning kind of how do you make an object look a little like 3D, like how do you make it look like it's there? And that goes for everything, no matter what you're drawing. After you learn structure, you're going to learn features if you're learning a face. So you're going to go over it, you're going to learn the construction of the eyes, kind of what are simple shapes that make up an eye, correct? And what can you do to learn that? And obviously, this repetition of practice, but breaking down things into simple shapes is how you learn to draw them out of your head later, and it'll let you draw from real life a lot easier as well. So you learn that for every single feature, like let's say the eyes, the nose, the mouth, and you drill those. And after you learn how to construct those and draw them, you just start, it's like sets and reps, right? And weights. You start doing that over and over again, and you're getting it more and more into your muscle memory, because your muscle memory is everything. You're getting that stuff in there, and you're getting into your visual library. And then from there, you learn different, details on that. Like I said, the shading, the highlights, value, small composition, like how do you structure your page for, let's say, portraits. Again, if we're just talking about portraits. And different approaches, and you just build and build and build upon more detail of subject matter. After that, what are typical features from like Europe or something like that. You start to really go into stuff like that, maybe even a little bit of caricature, because that allows you to manipulate features really well. Just kind of knowing that for portraits really helps, I noticed. And so on. I mean, the so on is a never-ending process. And so what I want to tell you really fast, and this is going to be a rant, if you're just starting and you're new and you want to do this as a hobby or a profession, decide how far you want to go-ish. Is this just going to be a light hobby, or is this something that you really want to get good at? Because if you want to get good at this, concentrate on the process of learning. And if you, that is its own reward, which sounds crazy, but just the actual process of learning and drawing, that really is fun. It's exciting, and with every little step you take, it's amazing. And when you do that, that's the people that get really good really fast, or the people that enjoy the process of doing it. Not just, I gotta get a portrait out, blah blah blah. I want to rush this. I want to, enjoy what you're doing. Enjoy your current, whatever, the stroke of the pencil. Enjoy that part. Those people get better. Really genuinely enjoy it. So, in terms of that learning process, you will get better, and this is a never-ending process. I'm not gonna lie. This is something you can do for the rest of your life. In terms of just getting an adequate base, how long will it take? It'll take roughly, I want to say, 2 to 3 years if you're practicing constantly and the right way. And there's a lot of programs online. What I want to do and what I'm going to do is, if you want to do that stuff, there's ways to do it. You can go through trial and error, for sure, and that you can get there. It just takes a long time. If you want to shortcut that massively, you need a teacher of some kind. You need someone to look over your things. Someone who's been drawing. Find someone you like who's been drawing, or some drawings that you like, and see if they'll correct your drawings or give you advice or give you specific things you keep doing wrong over and over again. And that will cut your time by years. So really look into that. I have a program like that as well. So this is my little thing. There's two things you can do for me. Wow. There's two things you can do that I have. One, go to easythingstodraw.net. easythingstodraw.net. I have a program there. It's 4 videos on learning to draw from scratch. I mean, we go over line exercises, control. That's the first thing you learn, because like I said, you can know stuff, you can know everything, but if you can't control it, it's gonna look kind of weird. You need to learn that control, and that's the best thing to start out as a base. Like, we're talking about connecting line exercises. There's so much, that you can do. So I go over 4 videos of complete, you've never learned anything, you're a baby, like that kind of thing. It's completely like that. Go to that page. I'll leave the link in the description. I'm gonna have to leave it there. Just leave it there, and I'll leave it there for you to click on. And then I also have a Patreon. A Patreon account is what that is. Some people don't even know what that is. A Patreon account is a way to connect more with the artist. And by that I mean, you connect, and there's art I never post anywhere, which I believe is available. It's available for $2 a month, and you get a free sticker with it, which is normally $5, but I throw it in there. And there's a lot of free posts. I talk to you much more readily than I do on this channel, and that's but it goes up in scale based on what you want. And there is a training on there that I offer, and I will shortcut your process by years if you show me the work. But here's the thing. Here's the problem with that. I've tutored a lot of people in drawing. I've taught a lot of people. I've personally tutored. And so here's the thing that I had really bothered me, and I'm going to talk to you about it. Some of the students I tutored just didn't do work. They paid me, and they didn't practice. They didn't do what they were going to do. I just said, show me 10 things you've done, or show me anything. What have you done in the week? Sometimes it was nothing. And honestly, you're wasting, I literally I told some students, I don't want to do this anymore, because you're wasting your money, and I'm wasting my time, because if you're not getting better, that's reflecting on me. So I need people to actually, if you do sign up for it, to actually send me stuff so I can correct it, or I can go over it, with you, and I'm gonna be like, you keep doing this one thing over and over. Don't do that. And that's again, you see that, I see that a lot with self-taught people. People that are self-taught will sometimes have one glaring flaw because they never corrected it. They never had someone to say, hey, you're doing this wrong. And then by that point, your ego is so large, you're like, I did it all on my own, and blah, blah, and you're not going to listen to anybody at that point. So start early, start correcting this stuff from the ground up, Go check out those links. Check out that Patreon. I'm going to link that also below. And I'll see you on the other side. If you have any questions about anything specific on there or on here, let me know. And that's pretty much it. I'll talk to you guys in the next video. I hope that answered a lot of questions if you're completely new. If you did, hit that like button, and it'll let me know what videos to put on here. So thank you guys.